My friend, do you have a last-born in your family? No, not just any last-born. I'm talking about that one. The one who can sleep through a house meeting, wake up and still ask, "Have we eaten?" The one that will be sent to boil water and somehow forget because TikTok was educational. Then you already understand this story. This is Yaoundé, where people wake up early just to prove they are serious in life. And in Bastos lived a family that took seriousness like it was a full-time job. Chief Niba, a man whose name opened doors before he even arrived. Dr. Ngu, a woman who treated patients but had no patients left at home. And their daughters? 4 women that did not play with life. They woke at 5, jogging, emails, meetings, money, pressure. Then there was Zuri, the final mistake, the human version of later. While her sisters were chasing success, Zuri was chasing sleep. "Zuri, it is 11 a.m. Mommy, I was about to wake up." "Go and help your sister." "Mommy, I don't have my power." "Do something with your life." "I am doing skincare. This is long-term investment." Even the house help stopped taking her seriously. One day they sent her to buy bread. The whole family waited at the breakfast table, already late for work, eyes on the door. She came back with ice cream. "Zuri, where is the bread?" I followed my heart. It said cold things. That day, her father almost disowned her. Family meetings were held, prayers were prayed, motivational quotes were sent in the family group. Nothing changed. Zuri still slept, still danced in her room, still spent 2 hours in front of the mirror, turning left, turning right, admiring herself like she paid rent to her own reflection. "What will you ever become?" her mother asked so often, even the walls were tired. Zuri would just smile. "Mommy, I am becoming peaceful. Jesus already died for me." That answer, it used to annoy them more than laziness itself. Because how can someone be calm when everyone else is suffering? Then, one night, everything stopped being funny. The call came at 3 a.m. Chief Niba had been arrested. And just like that, the house lost its noise. That morning, Bessie called an emergency meeting. Her voice shook. Problems started appearing like they were invited. Bessie's firm under investigation. Aga facing license suspension. Shay, money gone. Kunu, her husband trending for the wrong reasons. It was too much, too fast, too sudden. The same people who controlled everything now controlled nothing. "We are finished. 40 years of work, gone," Dr. Ngu, their mother, whispered. And this time, no one had a motivational quote. That is when Zuri walked in. Not in pajamas, not with face mask, white kaba, natural hair in a crown braid, no makeup, just lip gloss, looking like peace itself had taken human form. "I know who did this," she said quietly. Silence. "You?" Bessie snapped. "From where? TikTok analytics." Zuri didn't argue. She walked slowly, placed her phone on the table, pressed play. Her father's partner explaining how he used the company to move stolen money with a government official. Aga's colleague bragging about forged signatures at a party Zuri slept through. Shay's co-founder planning to disappear with everything to Dubai. Kunu's husband on the phone with his mistress discussing Ponzi profits while Zuri napped in the garden. One by one, everything became clear. And the funniest part? Zuri looked at them and said, "All these things your people were discussing in front of me. I was on the couch. You people said I was sleeping. I was not sleeping." That was the moment it hit them. She was never lost. She was just quiet. "Why didn't you tell us?" her mother whispered. Zuri shrugged slightly. I tried small, but you people were busy shouting success. No one spoke because it was true. They were too loud to hear anything real. What followed was not panic. It was Zuri. Calm, precise, unbothered. She made calls nobody knew she could make, spoke to people nobody knew she knew, moved quietly through every problem like she had been preparing for it without telling anyone. 2 weeks later, her father was home. Bessie's firm was cleared, Aga's license restored, Shei's money traced, Kuno's husband in handcuffs. And the girl who could not even buy bread correctly was the one that saved everything. That evening, they gathered in the living room, the same room where they had held meetings about Zuri's laziness. Now nobody knew what to say. Bessie spoke first. I called you useless. Her voice cracked. I was cruel, and you saved my license. Aga knelt, the surgeon, on her knees. You saw what I couldn't see, heard what I was too proud to hear. Shei laughed, but tears fell. All those hours you wasted, you were actually walking. Kuno held Zuri's hand. You knew I was unhappy before I admitted it to myself. Dr. Ngu, the mother, who shouted, "What will you ever become?" She couldn't speak. She just held her daughter, and she whispered, "You became everything." Chief Niba sat apart, the man who almost disowned her over ice cream. Zuri, he said slowly, I don't understand you. Zuri looked at him. For the first time, something flickered. Not anger, hurt. That is the problem, Daddy. You never tried. Silence. You never tried. She stood, walked to her room, and only when the door closed did she let herself cry. The next morning, she woke up at noon, stretched, checked her phone and said, today feels like a resting day. As if she didn't just save an entire family. So, my friend, be careful with that last born you are always shouting at. Because while you are busy proving something to the world, they might be the only ones paying attention to it. My friend, if this story spoke to you, if you know someone who sleeps too much and is judged too harshly, or if you are that someone, then join us, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, are you the quiet one they never notice, or are you the one still shouting? And if you know someone who sleeps too much, share this story with that person. Because in this family, we believe rest is not laziness. We believe observation is power. And we believe the quiet ones are often the wisest.